Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Schlage number L283-434 in a 626 finish. Here is what that item is. This is an occupancy indicator for Schlage's L9000 series locks, and this is one of a derivative of occupancy indicators that are available. This one specifically is going to give you the ability to have a cylinder function on the exterior, and then of course the occupied and vacant verbiage. Okay, now let's dissect this a little bit. What are you going to use this for? Well, when you want to visually understand the condition of the room that you are approaching. Speaking of that, this is intended to be able to see via 360 degrees. Well, I guess 180 degrees, not 360. Okay, be able to see it from the side is the point of the matter of that. There are some links below this video, and the first one is to the product brochure. And let's cut this part number up a little bit. So on that page 1, you're going to see 8 indicators. 4 of them are N escutcheon. 4 of them are sectional indicators. So the bottom line is, as you can see, you're either going to have escutcheon trim, rectangular escutcheons, or you're going to have sectional trim, which means that the operating handle, lever, or knob is going to be separate, distinctly separate from the thumb turn, from a cylinder, from whatever is above, if anything, that material. You can do escutcheon and sectional trim in all of their functions. However, if you have escutcheon trim, you're going to be dealing with an escutcheon occupancy indicator. Now, Schlage has the L escutcheon and the N escutcheon. The difference is the size. The N is wider. They also have the A sectional rows, the A rows, and the B rows. The difference, again, is size. The B is larger. So that doesn't really matter in the sense of which rows you have, but because you will be getting a mini escutcheon plate for your sectional trim. What is shown there as well are going to be 4 different functions, and that's going to be directly related to the function of the lock that you're working on. If you have a cylinder on the exterior, you're going to need the cylinder type like this one. That would be appropriate for, I have seen key access single occupancies in service stations. Or actually, that would work too because you need a key to enter. However, in a service station, that key goes out and doesn't, and then is returned, right? So that might not be the best example. A good example, however, would be a commercial building, an office building, 3, 4, 5 stories, whatever it is, that has restrooms on the floors, but they literally will put key access to those openings that the tenants get those keys because they don't want the general public going in there. That's where you'll see that, and they could be single occupancy. Your thumb turn would be very appropriate for an application, maybe daycare, toddlers or youngsters, adolescents can be in a bathroom, but the adults need to have immediate access to those rooms so they can put a thumb turn on the outside. Your coin turn and your emergency key, those can be typical sort of commercial applications where you do need a override to get in with either a coin turn. There will be a small circular device on the exterior of the trim that will have a slot cut in it so that an implement that might be like a quarter or a slotted screwdriver can operate that. And then there's the emergency key option, which is most typical when it comes to just privacy style locks. You do need a emergency key to get in. You need some sort of an instrument to insert in there and be able to retract that. And the coin turn or the emergency key are standard because people can become incapacitated in restrooms, etc. So that's why you'd want access. That's why you have 4 different versions of this. Now, the L series indicator features the ability to see it at a distance, high mount, meaning it's up high above the trim for easy assessment, contrasting colors, obviously white and red, but they can do black and white as well. Choice of 4 text and or symbol messages, which we'll get to in a moment. Available in 30 functions for inside and outside of door. You can throw occupancy indicators on practically all Schlage locks. And the reason that that works is because this spindle, with any function that you're going to have that will have a thumb turn on the inside, that's got a small little spindle that'll go into the lock case. Well, that's going to go into the same hub, just from the opposite side. So whenever that is activated on the inside, you're going to be affecting a change on that spindle as well. If you do something with the cylinder outside of here, you're going to be potentially affecting that as well. But it's really when you are securing it from the inside that you're going to drive that spindle to move. Available in, again, sectional or the N escutcheon. If you have currently L escutcheon, you're going to need to increase the size of what you're dealing with for the exterior for that. You can have 4 symbologies, as I had said earlier. The locked in red or unlocked, red background locked, white background unlocked, or occupied vacant. Occupied vacant. You can have do not disturb or blank. Blank would be vacant. You can also have just a padlock that's either shackled or unshackled. So those 2 options are there. On page 2 of the extended description, they give you a whole variety of functions that can be used with this as well. Also talking about the different finishes that are available, etc. Now there's a bit of confusion for me, at least, when it comes to these part numbers, because the part number changes whether or not you have an existing lock and you're ordering the sectional trim alone, or you're ordering it with a lock. And the part numbers that we're seeing in that brochure, they're giving us the part numbers when you're ordering it with a lock. This part number, this 434 part number, is a piece that's being added onto an existing lock, is why that part number's different than what you might see. Now, in the Schlage price list, and the Schlage price list has historically been the most exceptional document of all because it's quite clearly laid out there. They do lay out in their price book the sectional trims for the 4 different possibilities, the escutcheon trims for the 4 different possibilities. And to differentiate it, they also have your inside trim for sectional and escutcheon, where you can have a cylinder on the inside, because there are functions of locks that have a key on both sides. So this, in particular, the 434 variant, is a cylinder for the interior of the door, and we know that because we have the exposed holes for screws here. Okay, this you would not obviously put on the exterior. This would only be an interior trim. Can also do it with an ADA style thumb turn if you have an inside occupancy indicator that is a thumb turn, and those are certainly available. Okay. Now, also linked below this video is going to be the template that will be included with your packaging. There's also installation instructions, which are the full set of installation instructions for the entire lock. Those are also linked to down below this video. Finally, there is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Schlage products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. The name Schlage is one that I'm quite partial to, and it's most likely because I'm most familiar simply with the part numbers. But it is also because I've grown to appreciate, even depend on, their exceptional technical support. There's one person there in particular who is just amazing. A total expert command of the product knowledge and thoroughly responsive. And, you know, generally the questions I ask are certainly in support of existing installations, and we're able to facilitate the client being able to continue to get useful service out of the significant investment in a Schlage locking system, because I can depend on that exceptional technical support. If you have any questions on the Schlage L283-434 and a 626 finish, an escutcheon indicator, vacant occupied for the inside of a door, or any other Schlage product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.